The most important thing you should do before you start a YouTube channel is... Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, and in today's video, I just wanted to talk to you about what's stopping you from starting your YouTube channel and how to get past it, as well as some tips to help you get started. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Starting off with the most important thing that you should do before you even think about a channel name or content ideas is your why. Why do you want to start this YouTube channel? Why do you want to share this content? Your why, which is going to be like your business mission statement. So before you do anything else, figure out your why. That's going to be very important because you're going to definitely come back to that why along your journey multiple times. And I'll talk about that in just a sec. Now, the next thing that you want to think about, now that you figured out your why, your channel name, you started coming up with some content ideas. But with that, you want to make sure that it's something that you're passionate about. Is it something you have a passion for? Is it something that you love to do? You can see yourself doing over and over and over. It has to be near and dear to your heart. Make sure you're not starting your channel because you feel like it's the trendy thing to do, or starting your channel based off of a trend. As long as it's something that you truly love to do and you're passionate about, it will never seem like work. Now, don't get me wrong, YouTube is some work. Making these videos, editing, all that stuff that comes with it, it is some work. But if it's something that you're passionate about, it's something that you're going to keep wanting to share with your audience over and over and over. So that's something you have to think about. Is the type of content that you're creating something that you're going to continue to be able to create and share with your audience? So definitely make sure your channel is something, the content that you're showing on your channel is something that you are passionate about. Now, with that, let's talk about discouragement. Now, I've spoken with people offline and online, and I know some people that are already discouraged and they have not even started their channel yet. They're worried about, what if I don't get any subscribers? What if my videos don't get any views? What if? If you don't start, you're not going to grow. You're not going to learn, number one. And yes, you can spend all day recording and editing a video, working on your thumbnail, getting your description box just right, just for that video to flop. And that's when you're going to go back to that why. Why did I start this channel? Why am I sharing this content? Why? So whenever you get discouraged, you just want to think about that why. Yes, it is going to take some time to grow your audience, and it is a learning process. I'm still learning things to this day. It's definitely going to be an ongoing learning journey, but long as you can, adapt and change with everything, then you will be just fine. But whenever you're getting discouraged, whenever a video doesn't do what you felt it should do, think about your why. Personally, for myself, my why was when people would ask me online, how did I make something, or where did I get some items from? And I'm like, well, I could probably make a video and show you better than I could tell you. As far as, responding with a novel of a comment for someone to read and try to figure out how I made something, I'm like, well, I'll just make a video and show you. And that was my why. And it was also something that I had already been passionate about, and it's something that I felt that I could continue sharing different ideas or different types of content related to my why and my passion. So your why, your passion, that's all going to always be something that you're going to have to reference back to, because YouTube is up and down. It is going to be a roller coaster. And if your why is strictly money motivated, you're going to be disappointed. So, yes, there are ways to make money on YouTube. You can get monetized. There's AdSense, there's shopping. You can connect your website. You can get brand deals. You can get super thanks and super chats and all that good stuff. But if you're strictly in it for the money, you're going to get burnt out because it's up and down. It's seriously a roller coaster ride. Like now, it's the end of the year. Companies and brands, they're wanting those ads pushed out. They're, really getting those ads. They want people to purchase their products during this holiday season. And so you're going to see that revenue be a little bit higher. Come the first quarter of the year, it's probably going to slow down and that monetization will probably drop. So don't be in it strictly for monetary reasons or you will end up disappointed. So just make sure you have a plan A and a plan B. Make sure you always have a backup plan to YouTube, okay? The next thing I wanted to talk about is if you are nervous or feel uncomfortable talking to a camera, the way, what helped me personally get around that was I would record myself, I would watch it back and see what I liked and didn't like, what I did do, what I should do, things like that. Or I would let like my husband or a friend or somebody watch it like, hey, give me your feedback. What do you think about this? Because I was very nervous about just getting in front of a camera and just talking or showing what I'm making or what I'm doing or whatever the case may be. And that really helped me get more comfortable. Another thing you could do, you could collab with someone. If you don't feel comfortable being on screen by yourself, find someone you can collaborate with, someone that you can chat with and have a conversation with while you're recording that video to make it a little bit more comfortable for you. And then as you get more comfortable, then you can start slowly doing those videos on your own until, you're good. So I would say definitely practice, just record yourself, watch it back, make any adjustments that you feel you need to make. If you don't need to make any, then hey, you're good to go. Collaborations, things like that. So there's different options that you can do that will help you get comfortable with just speaking into a camera all the time. Another thing that I really have enjoyed since starting my channel that has been a plus, which may or may not be a plus for you, but just the friendships that I've built. They started online and now they've turned into friendships offline with quite a few people. And that was just because creating content, getting to know each other through videos and things like that, that we were able to build those friendships offline. And another plus was just finding a community of like-minded individuals. That's been a huge thing for me. So just know when you start, you're going to have to put in work, but you're going to have to keep putting in work, but just know you're going to get to the place that you want to be. Just make sure you have an end goal. What is your end goal with your channel? Where do you see your channel in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, however long, in 6 months? What is the goal? Where would you like to be? Things like that. So you definitely want to jot those thoughts down. I would say in addition to that why and your passion, also jot down your goals. Kind of set down goals, where you would like to see yourself in 6 months and what you're going to try and do to get you to hit that goal, and then so on and so forth. So definitely set goals for your channel. So you have something to work towards as well. Now that I've kind of gone into some of the topics that hopefully will help you want to start your channel, let's go into some tips. All right, as far as tips, the number one tip, use what you have. Start with what you have. You don't have to go out and buy the best studio lighting, the best, most expensive camera, things like that. Start with what you have. I started with the iPhone 11, and actually I still use it sometimes to this day. I also will film on my iPhone 14, and I also have a Sony ZV-1F. And I recently got that camera, I want to say last year, I believe, or it may have been the end of the previous year. But anywho, start with what you have. You don't have to go out and get all of this fancy equipment. Now, piggybacking off of that, if you're going to invest in any type of equipment, I would say invest in a microphone, because you can always use natural lighting, to help light up your space where you're recording, or a lamp, or, something like that. I would say invest in a microphone first, and then invest in your lighting. And then if you decide, invest in, camera or whatever the case may be. But the way a lot of these phones are nowadays, you can record, edit, and upload right from your phone. Honestly, I've done it before. So start with what you have already. The next thing I would say is going back to your recording and editing and uploading, things like that. Have a schedule, because I'm pretty sure most of us have a life outside of YouTube. I work a job, I create content, or I run a business, I have a family thing. So my content schedule is based around those other things, my job and my family, and then comes my content. So create a schedule for yourself. What days do you want to record and edit all in one day? Do you want to do a bunch of batch recordings in one day and then edit on another day and then upload on another day? So just kind of figure out what schedule works for you based on your current life schedule and work it around that. So definitely scheduling is going to be huge. I pretty much plan all of my content. Any ideas that I have, which is going into the next tip, is write down your ideas. If I'm out somewhere and I'm like, an idea pops into my mind or something sparks an idea, I'm going to either put it in my notes app, or I'm going to send a text to myself to remember to write it down in my tablet, in my planner later. So make sure you're jotting down your ideas, and that way you can kind of just go and pick from whichever idea you have, and hey, I'm gonna record a video about that today. So just make sure that you are jotting down your ideas, because if you're anything like me, I might have an idea one minute and I will forget it the next minute. So I write down everything. So the next thing I would say is review your analytics. Make sure that, now you don't have to be in YouTube Studio 30 times a day. Go in there, look at your content, see what's working, see what's not, see which videos had good engagement, see which videos didn't, what do you need to change. Sometimes it could be as simple as changing your title and your thumbnail. Sometimes that will do the trick and help that video get pushed more out into the algorithm and get you more views and more engagement. So definitely review those analytics. There's so much information in YouTube Studio. You can see what's the best time. When are most of your subscribers going to be online? And the window that you should be posting in. It's going to vary for everyone, especially depending on which side of the country you're on, things like that. So just check out your analytics. There's a bunch of information in there that will really give you insight to your content, what's working, what's not, what you can keep the same, what you need to change. Just go in there, spend some time, click around on stuff, and look at the information that's there, and it will definitely help you in the long run as you plan your content for future videos and just for your channel growth as a whole. Always check your analytics. Let's see. My next point is going to be, or my next tip will be, and I've said this many a times, don't compare yourself to other creators. You don't know what's going on when that camera's not on. Okay, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. They may have a team of people helping them with, their channel. So never compare yourself to someone else. What's meant for you is meant for you and will come to you. Okay, and with that, to piggyback off of that, a large channel doesn't equal a large number of views or high engagement. So don't compare yourself. Once you start your channel, you're starting your own lane on YouTube, and create your own path and roll with it. Comparing yourself to other people will potentially discourage you because you're going to start questioning yourself and why this and why that. You don't want to do that. That's where that discouragement is going to come in, and it could cause you to lose motivation. So definitely just stay focused, stay in your lane, focus on you, your content, your channel, your audience, and your growth, and just take it there. Now, definitely, if you have some favorite creators that you like to watch, you enjoy watching, look at their channels for inspiration. Now, don't take their ideas or their content, but look at them for inspiration. I like how X, Y, and Z, did this in their video. I should try that, but I'm gonna do it like this. Get inspiration from other creators. That is completely okay. Just don't steal someone else's ideas or content, titles, things like that. But it is YouTube, so a lot, depending on your niche, it could be similar content that you're going to be making, and it is what it is. Just kind of put your own twist on it, your own touch on it, and that's what your audience will come to love about you. And let's see, last but definitely not least, make sure you have your goals set. Is your goal to, be monetized and eventually, not have to work a 9-to-5? You want to be a full-time content creator? Do you want to branch off into a podcast? Is your goal brand deals? I know I talked about this a little bit earlier, but have a goal for where you see your channel going. If it's just to continue making content, there is nothing wrong with that. I know a couple people that, hey, they just want to be on YouTube. They just like to get on and chat. They even have music playing in the background. So their video, they're not even monetized. They just like to get on and chat and share content. Figure out where you want your channel to go, what your goal is for your channel. Again, first start out with your why, and then what is it that you're passionate about, and always come back to that why. If for any reason you lose motivation, you feel like giving up, you get discouraged, trust me, I've had videos where I'm just like, I thought that was a good video, and yeah, it didn't do too good. But at the same time, my why was, I created that video because someone asked me a question, and that person got the information that they needed, and I was able to provide the information and give them the answer to their question. So that was my why. And then from that point, I'm like, you know what? Let me just keep pushing. Let me make some more content. So it definitely is going to continue to be an ongoing journey. You're always going to be learning. I've changed my channel name. I've switched up some things about my channel as I've, come along in my YouTube journey. And that is okay if you decide that something isn't working, or you want to pivot and do something else, you can do that. You're not held to only do one thing. Do what it is that you enjoy, because you're going to spend a lot of time creating the content, editing the content, uploading the content, interacting with your audience, things like that. You want to make sure it's something that you see yourself doing for the foreseeable future, and that you're going to continue to want to share with your audience, which is the reason that your content resonated with them anyways. But that was my whole spiel, my information, my tips. If you have any other questions, please let me know below in the comments, and I will definitely be happy to answer them. But until next time, I will see you in the next video. And if you have not yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification so you'll know when I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Bye.